I haven't looked into anything that you wrote down at all. And some of it, I know that I don't even understand what they are. I don't even understand what the words mean,
What do you
literally.
mean? I mean, we could jump right into depressing stuff, or we could drop
Depresso.
into we could jump into depressing stuff with Amazon layoffs, or Fed drops rates. What's that mean for consumer? Because we just got another basis point drop this week.
I think the more the drops, the better, right?
Oh yeah, this is sick. We're getting into it.
Okay. How about, why don't we start with bad news first? Everybody always goes bad news first,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, so this week, Amazon laid off 30,000 people from Amazon corporate. So that's a special caveat to note is that these are corporate workers, not
Okay.
just, the factory workers or people working and driving the actual Amazon cars. So they're they're really trimming
Wow.
a decent amount of folks. Also this week, a leak came out of Amazon that they're trying to basically trim down 70% of the total corporate org, which would flip Amazon from being the largest job creator in the United States for people in corporate to the largest job loss in the United States, basically
Really?
overnight losing like 300,000 jobs.
Wow. And that's
And it
those
leaked.
are white collar jobs.
White collar jobs. Yeah. This is also not the people working in the fulfillment or people working in the actual, Amazon dropping off your package.
So it doesn't include factory workers. It doesn't. I mean, it's not including like fulfillment. It's not including delivery. These are just white collar jobs.
Yeah.
That's crazy town. Did they say why? I mean, is this like the big wave of AI replacing everyone and now we all need universal basic income and we'll all become, kind of like communist artists all day? This is like kind of the thing though, right? It's like, hey, we don't need you anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. They're totally trying to lean into replacing all of those folks with AI and then AI robots. And so even on the fulfillment side of things, you're trimming down even more. Like it's
That's
really
so bad.
it's not good. It's really bad.
That's so bad for like people like us who have
100%.
white collar jobs. That's like really not good. And it's
No.
not funny. I don't
It's
know
not.
why it's not funny and I don't know why I'm laughing. I mean, so what does one do about that? It probably means great profits for Amazon, one would think. We can
Yeah.
lay off 30,000 people who are probably making six figures plus. That's going to be great for their bottom line. Buy a few more robots
Yeah.
and, their margins get heftier and our friend Jeff can get a new yacht.
Yeah.
But what's that mean like long term? Is Amazon just the first? I mean, is Walmart going to be the next to lay off a bunch of people in Northwest Arkansas who are working at their corporate headquarters? I mean, you think this is going to kind of become the thing?
Yeah, there was a tweet this week about mass layoffs that happened this week, and it was most massive organizations like Amazon and all of these folks. It was a pretty scary week as far as like the quote unquote big safe places for landing. Some pretty intense stuff. And the question becomes like, what do you do? How do you hedge against this? And I genuinely don't have the answer for you. Where it's like, okay, the org is going to get smaller. I can promise you now, all of the massive corporations, this is going to be the biggest that they've been. And now they're going to start to implement the use of AI and basically ask people to do 2 to 3 jobs. Meta just had this.
Yeah.
They just laid off their entire scale AI team, who they just onboarded like 3 months ago.
Didn't they like just hire all them?
They just hired all of them. The guy was like, yo, I just moved my entire life to New York City for this, and I just got laid off. Like,
That's crazy, man.
yeah.
I'm looking this up as you talk.
Yeah.
This is from Wednesday. Layoffs at Amazon, UPS, Target, and more. Even perceived winners in the AI-fueled economy like Meta have recently announced workforce reductions.
There you go.
So sounds like we need to pick up some new skills.
Yeah.
I think we all need to pick up some new skills that aren't just typing at the computer.
Yeah.
This is kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, and I don't think it's like the true end of the world chaos that everybody thinks. I think Jensen really put it a great way, the CEO of NVIDIA.
Well, yeah.
I I think it's more about like this is our carriage to automotive moment right now. You know what I mean? Where it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're going to stop having carriage drivers. Like you need to start learning how to drive a car. And
Yeah.
like you need to start learning how to service cars. You need to start learning how to have supporting things around cars, but just change that piece out where it's like it's not an automobile vehicle anymore. It's AI technology.
That's a great point. Makes me think of this. Look at this. I saw this. Where is this? I saw this on. Is that what I'm trying to see? No, I want to show you something else. I'll just show you mine. Here it is. I saw this on. I can't remember where I saw this, but I
Yeah.
saw it somewhere and now I'm seeing it here. I was just searching for it. But this is like the junior people not getting hired and more senior people getting hired. And probably with AI enabled tech and workflows, senior people doing, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, more jobs than they were. Instead of
Yeah.
managing, they're doing what the junior people would do, in addition to what they already do. That's my guess. But I think that's a great point about having to, we're going from the horse and buggy to the automotive, and we don't need any more buggy drivers.
Yeah. You just got to learn how to drive a car.
Boy, well, we better learn how to drive a car. Okay, what's next? What did you mention second there? There was something that was better news than that you had for us.
Hopeful news?
Yeah.
We got some hopeful news. I mean, we could talk about the Rhode acquisition. That's pretty big.
I thought now when you said Rude, I thought that was Rhode.
Rhode, my bad. It is Rhode.
Is it Rhode?
It's Rhode. My bad.
Okay, I thought when I saw Rude, I was like, I'm pretty sure he means like Hailey Bieber and Rhode or Rhodes.
Rhode.
Is it Rhode? It's only one. It's not Rhodes.
Just one.
I thought there was an S on the end. Oh, that's her middle name.
Yeah.
Is that her middle name?
I think so.
I'm just getting that now. Okay, yeah, she's like a billionaire right now.
Certified.
Isn't she?
Certified billionaire now, which is crazy.
Isn't she worth more? She's worth more money than her husband right now. Isn't that right?
A lot more, too, which is crazy.
Which is kind of crazy because she
Yeah.
married Justin Bieber.
That's
And now she's
unreal.
worth more, which is kind of wild.
We have like a Giselle Bundchen, Tom Brady situation where Giselle
Yeah.
at one point was earning like 15 times more than Tom Brady. So we're in that situation again.
That's bananas. So she sold. I thought this happened a long time ago. Did this only happen here recently?
It fully went through recently.
I see.
Yeah.
And she's dropped it's $1 billion sale.
A Billy. Yeah.
Beauty
Crazy.
acquired Hailey Bieber skincare brand. So ELF, I've seen it before.
Yeah.
I've seen my wife use it.
Yep.
$1 billion on May 2025, structured with an $800 million payment at closing. That's pretty nice. How much of this did she own? Do we know?
I think a large percentage. I want to say north of 50%.
And what's so special about it other than she's behind it?
That's it. I mean, I think like these types of brands, if they like when you conceptualize like the actual mechanics of what this brand is, if you're trying to repeat it, it's basically celebrity with a repeatable product.
Okay.
And then the celebrity has the ability to get you lower CPAs.
Right.
And then you're getting in a lower cost per subscriber. So the unit economics still make sense.
Yeah, they make sense.
Which is like, I mean, for VCs and for exits, that is the perfect thing. Because then you're just like, okay, cool. My lifetime value for a customer is now $800, $1,000, depending on product. So.
Yeah. Do you think I mean, I would imagine she's got to stick around for this deal. She can't like just leave and never feature Rhode in her Instagram feed ever again. I mean, she can't just like leave, right?
That's the one I think caveat with these brands, and they call them like basically Superman brands, where like you need to have Superman still in there for it to be Superman. The face of the brand can't really leave. So like she's got to in some capacity stick around for campaigns, stick around for openings, unless they really start to cycle her out with like campaigns and branding. over time. I don't think you can just rip the Band-Aid off and like she's never a part of it. She has to kind of stick in there and be that face of the brand, which is pretty wild, but I think she's fine doing that for $1 billion.
Yeah, probably. The thing that I know them for is this Rhode it's the case. It's
I
the
got her.
Rhode beauty case.
I got my
You've seen
fiance that.
this? You
Yeah.
got her this? Has she ever used it?
Yeah. 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 So I got my fiance that case, and then they also have this palette thing that I got them that I got my fiance where she loves that palette thing. And the palettes are expensive.
What's the palette? Rhode Beauty
Palette. Yeah, do a palette. Nice. There's the one. That
this
should
guy
be.
or this guy?
No, if you go to their actual site, you should see the full palette.
This guy?
I think it was that gray one you just hit. It's like this whole, not really a palette, but it's like a whole little set that they do of like 4 or 5, and it's like top to bottom, all your skincare.
I see.
Yeah.
I thought the phone case was so smart.
Oh, it's super smart.
You put the product in there, and Hailey Bieber's doing it, and now you look like the it girl because you've got the phone case with her thing in there too. I thought that was so smart. I'd never seen anybody do that before. Maybe everybody's making a unique phone case now, but I thought that was super smart. I'm not sure that's worth $1 billion. It's probably her, and the product is actually good, but
Yeah.
I thought the phone case was really smart.
Also, too, with the phone cases are extremely low cost to test out. Like, it doesn't take a bunch of money to put together an MOQ for a phone case.
Yeah.
And then if you can figure that out and you start absolutely ripping on those, that's a huge win. So you don't really have to do a ton of R&D where like makeup, you got to do a ton of R&D. Phone case, you can find 30, phone case manufacturers tomorrow.
That's probably true. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. It's funny you said Rhode because there is a Rhode. I was looking as I was searching all these there. Yeah. See, there's a Rhode.
Yeah. I love Rhode.
Rhode. I didn't know Rhode.
I love them.
This is what you love? Is these guys right here?
Dude, their shirts are sick. Yeah, these jackets, unreal.
They look kind of tight. I mean, it looks kind of like if I was on a boat in the Mediterranean going to an F1 race. This is what I'm wearing. It's kind of what
that's the thing. They had an F1 collab, and it was unreal.
Okay, have you seen? Advertising on Netflix is a thing.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, of course.
Are you? Do you have a Netflix subscription?
Yep.
Are you a poor, or are you like a meaning like, do you allow for ads, or are you like, no, get those ads out of here? I'm not looking at that. Where are you playing?
I'm not allowing ads, but I'm also not bumping up that quality. Where they're like,
somewhere in the middle,
where they're like, hey, pay an extra $5 and maybe we'll give you better quality for a show.
Yeah.
Not guaranteeing.
And you can stream on like 4 or 5 or 10 different devices at one time. While you get that great quality. Yeah. I've played this a number of ways. I've been, no ads, give me all the quality. Right now, I'm playing at ads. I'm just like, give me the ads. I don't care. I think it's hilarious that my kids, they like get upset when ads come on. And I like try and tell them, like, hey, like when mommy and daddy grew up, like there was no such thing as like not having ads. You always had ads, and you couldn't choose what you wanted to watch. You just had to like turn the thing on and see what was playing. But anyway, I noticed I've got ads, and I noticed that they had this thing where you could click on like advertise with Netflix and like see what it's like. And so I just started scrolling through here. Look at this. Netflix ads members in the US. So that's a subset. I don't know. How big is the subset? I don't know. But they spend an average of 41 hours a month with us. That's a lot of Netflix watching.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
That seems right.
I mean, that's like a full work week.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's not Disney. That's not HBO. That's just on Netflix with ads, 41 hours a month. That was astounding to me, number one. Yeah. I felt like that was a lot. It seems on par for you. You're like, yeah, that's fine. Do you?
Yeah, I feel like that seems right.
That seems like a lot for me. I can totally see it if Like if there's a show that I'm
Yes.
into, I'm going to watch the whole thing. I don't care if there's 6 seasons. I'm going to watch all of it, you know. But on average, 41 hours a month seemed like a lot. But okay, this seemed like great for me. Like what's 41 hours? Man, it's more than an hour a day.
100%. Yeah.
That's got to be better than Facebook usage. It's got to be probably even a little better than TikTok. I think TikTok's like 45 minutes a day on average.
No way. I bet you TikTok's screaming up there now.
Do you think it's even more?
I bet you TikTok's higher than Netflix right now.
Let's see what it is. TikTok average use per
95.
Average daily use of TikTok is about 95 minutes globally, but this varies significantly by region, with users in the U.S. spending around 54 minutes on the app. That's kind of crazy, man.
That makes sense.
Kind of makes me feel bad for like not living on a farm somewhere where there's no internet and just like forcing my kids and myself to be outside in the sunshine all the time.
Just a homestead vibe.
Wow.
Yeah.
95 minutes globally. Okay. So it's a little more, TikTok's a little more globally. I wonder what's Instagram?
Oh my gosh.
It's got to be like nowhere near that. Instagram average use per day, 33 minutes. Okay.
Fair.
So Netflix is more. I thought that was impressive, number one. Over an hour per day. Wow. Okay, we're not quite at TikTok level, but it's a lot. Netflix members are more attentive. Now, this I find very interesting. Netflix members are more attentive 3 hours into watching than when they first start. What do you think of that? When I was thinking about this, I was like, okay, when I'm scrolling on TikTok, very easy for 90 minutes to go by. Let's be honest, okay? I mean, I feel ashamed when I say that, but I'm saying it out loud. 90 minutes, they go by really fast. Am I more focused at the end than I was at the beginning? I doubt.
Shot.
Yeah, no shot. I mean, it's just like, it's a flood of videos that go by. I put it down. I know that I laughed. I cried. You know, I had a good time. I have no clue what I watched, and I'm not focused at all. Netflix says more attentive 3 hours into watching than when they first start. That's outstanding. That's outstanding. I mean, I don't know why that is. I guess it's just because it's the nature of like, I'm in the grip of the story. Why do you think that is?
I think it's probably just the actual format and form that you're getting, and you've like fully locked into being served that format in long form. And so where like TikTok, you're like, all right, this is going to be a 5-second clip. This is going to be a 20-second clip.
Yeah.
Where at this point, you know, an hour or two into Netflix, you're locked into the fact that you're going through a long video content piece. So you're fine with it.
And, you know, I was watching something last night. I was watching Physical Asia. Have you ever seen the Physical 100?
Yes, I've seen the Physical 100. Yeah.
But there's a new season out. This is called Physical Asia, and they've got multiple countries, you know, competing against each other. And the more I watch it, the more I like it, and the more invested I am. And then to be honest, like I just don't like the ads come up. I like don't care that much that the ads come up. A lot of other times I'm like, through these ads, forget you. I don't want to, but for some reason I'm not that bothered. And it's just like, let's go. Let's keep going. Anyway,
it could be that you're willing to offset that because you deem the quality of the content valuable enough where you're like, now it's a fair trade-off because I'm getting very high quality content that I enjoy. So I'm willing to watch an ad where like, if you're seeing really bad TikToks and then you're like, ad, I'm like, you didn't do your first job in the first place giving me entertainment. Now you're going to serve me an ad?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Or some other whack connected TV programming, you know, there's a ton, there's so much out there. But yeah, when you're in the throes and when I'm like gripped in the midst of a Netflix story, I just don't care that much. It's like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
What's going to be, you know, it's going to be crazy?
What?
That number, come later this month, well, next month, November, Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah, because they're releasing a new season.
Each episode is basically an hour and some change.
That's crazy.
I think the last episode's like 2 hours and some change.
I mean, it's kind of like, it's like 8 different movies or 10 different movies, however many episodes there are.
They're doing 8 movies basically for you. But it's high quality content. Like you're talking about an engaged audience. That's going to be some of the most engaged audience on the planet for the next couple weeks or change as those come out.
Do we know anybody who's I've never advertised on Netflix.
I don't know anybody.
I mean, I've definitely done connected TV advertising. It's fine. There's Vibe, there's Mountain, there's like a number of ways to do it. I've never advertised on Netflix. I would be interested though. I mean, I want to now. Having scrolled through this Parallax homepage, Netflix ads members are more likely to search for your brand or visit your website than linear TV, YouTube, or other streamers. Because we're calling out YouTube here.
100%.
There's a lot of people on Twitter that, they're kind of YouTube advertising stands.
Yeah.
From mood-based viewing to global fandom, uncover what's keeping audiences still watching. Now, I haven't read this report, but if all of this is true, then it kind of makes you wonder, like, why don't I throw some dollars over here if I got them to throw? Meta's only getting more expensive, probably still our best buy in the whole ecosystem, but it's only getting more expensive. And, I mean, why not? New things are fun, the novelty is great. Why not throw a few dollars over at Netflix and see what's going on? Maybe they want me to spend $25,000 in one shot, but it's a valid proposal in my mind, having scrolled through this thing.
Yeah, I think you probably hit the nail on the head too, is like, I think that entry fee is probably pretty substantial.
Do you think so? Probably.
Yeah, because you're going against everybody. Like, you're going against the big boys too. And so I could see like a really high enterprise brand try to do this and test it out and get really great lift. But like the small SMB probably can't rationalize this.
I want them to like pull an Apple oven here and like give me free dollars. That's what I want.
They might. Yeah. I would, you know what I'd love to see too? If you have the ability as the brand that's buying the ad placement and you know exactly the show.
Yeah, exactly.
That you're being advertised against, I'm making ads that almost seem like it's the show. Or like that are contrasting so hard with that show.
Totally.
That would be a really funny thing where if you have the ability to know your placement, like if I'm getting placed on Stranger Things, my ad is going to be, I'm going to think about that ad for weeks before I put something in because it's going to be perfect. Like, so just something to think about.
Super exciting and compelling because then you can search through all of, and I don't know how this works, but you can search through all of Netflix's inventory, especially if you've got a really like niche interest-based product like baseball or youth baseball, and you can get really specific about what inventory does Netflix have? Where can I fit advertising in that I know my audience is going to be watching, they'll be interested in, or, let's say you sold stuff to rednecks, then you could get on top of How to Be a Cowboy for Rodeo Times Netflix special that they work together, and you could get advertising inside of that. There's just a number of things that you could do, very interest-based, focused to reach your target audience that I think would be really interesting.
Yeah, they have the data. They don't have the data. Yeah, they got the data.
They got the data, and they're going to do, in addition to like podcasts that they struck a recent deal with Spotify, they're going to get into vertical ad format, vertical video. They're definitely trying to carve out some space for some more monies to flow through via advertising. It seems
100%.
to be important to them.
Yeah.
So I think this would be interesting to try in the future for all of our D2C e-commerce brethren and for myself.
I like it.
Okay. Do you want to do one or I got another one?
Hit me.
Okay. When you see this, I want to show you this ad. When you see this is an ad for Huggies. It's a giveaway. It's a sweepstakes. When you see this, what do you think is going on?
They're asking you to have kids for the World Cup?
Okay. All right. You got a little bit closer than I did. I had no clue what was going on. When I see this ad for the team, soccer tournament, no soccer tournament, the official sponsor of Baby Making Overtime today to sponsor diapers in June 20. I have no clue what's going on with this ad.
A nightmare copy.
Exactly. It's a big campaign and giveaway with the sweepstakes that they're doing. Huggies is putting this on. Obviously, Huggies wants everyone to have more kids because if you have kids, then they can sell you diapers. Maybe they need to make diapers for dogs too. I mean, yeah, maybe that would help them make a little more money there too. But yeah, this is the point is, hey, the World Cup is coming up and they decided let's make a campaign where we tell people to get pregnant and then you'll be timed just right for having parental leave as you have your baby when the World Cup is here. That's the point. That's the point. And for me, that sounded so convoluted that it wasn't really coming across for me. Is that, I mean, am I way out in left field or does that resonate with you?
That's horrible. Like, because you should, the way you had to explain that to me for me to understand, I understand it now.
Yeah.
And like, you got the point across, but like, you can't understand any of that in this ad if I'm driving by in my car.
Exactly.
Oh, that's brutal.
It took so long to understand. I had to read an article, and then look, I had to watch this video. Hey, soon-to-be parents, do you know what month it is? Do you know what's happening in 9 months from now? And it's like, it takes them a full minute to like get this concept across. And then they made a whole 90-minute like video with like chocolate being dipped in strawberries being dipped in chocolate and massage oil going out of the bottle. They've like made this whole thing to like promote, hey, have some kids. That way in 9 months, you can be on pat leave when, it's time for the World Cup to be here. And they've got this sweepstakes element. Hey, and you can win. We'll give you tickets, whatever. It took this whole, and they also went through the whole ordeal of, look, they made a Spotify playlist to, help you get in the mood here. It's very thoughtful, thoughtful, very thorough, but totally confusing for me.
Yeah. I think they're being too cutesy. You know what I mean?
Cutesy.
Where it's like,
Too cutesy. The
copy for that ad could have just been like, do it now, take off when matters, and then just show the World Cup logo.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, they could have made that so much cleaner.
So much cleaner. Do it for the team. I have no idea what that means.
Am I supporting my team in any way by having my child now? Like, this is so weird.
Yeah. Huggies, but it's a pregnancy test. I'm like, Huggies? Does Huggies make a pregnancy test?
That's what I also thought it was at first, where I was like, so they're making a branded one now. But then I was
it's like, what's happening? And then you look a little closer and it says soccer tournament. No soccer tournament?
That's too small.
I didn't make the connection that's about the World Cup. I just thought like, oh, if you have kids, like you have to take them to go play soccer because now you're a soccer mom. And that's what I was like, soccer tournament, no soccer tournament. It's very confusing what's happening here. What would have been better is like, get pregnant, be on leave for the World Cup. We'll provide the diapers. I don't know, something like much more succinct. This is where clear is better than clever.
100%.
Clear is better than clever. Clear is better than cute. I got lost in the whole deal.
Yeah.
My guess is they put a few dollars behind this campaign. My guess.
Yeah.
I got totally lost in the whole thing.
I barely understand this. And then you add 2 extra layers of a sweepstakes and a Spotify playlist on top of it.
Exactly. What am I winning? I don't know.
I still don't know what I'm winning.
And what am I winning? And let's say I did the thing and we're having a baby, like even I won, like what am I winning? Am I winning tickets to the game?
That'd be cool.
And if that's cool, but I can't go because I just had a kid.
I forgot. That's awesome.
Verizon unveiled its own sweepstakes. Verizon's got a sweepstakes. I don't know. Maybe they're just going to give me diapers. I don't know. But
it seems more inconvenient now that I'm planning my child based off of winning a sweepstakes. Imagine approaching your partner and be like, look, I know we're waiting, but there's this sweepstakes coming up.
We got to make this thing happen.
Let's make it happen now. You know what I mean?
Let's make it happen. Because we're going to get tickets. We're going to bring that little baby boy to his first World Cup game. Yeah,
that's
convoluted.
Awesome.
Not clear. Not clear. Clear is better than clever. I applaud the endeavor, but my take here is I really don't know what's happening. That's my take. So
that's brutal.
I will say, though, in total, for Huggies to be pushing for people to have kids, very smart. Very smart. They sell diapers. So good on you.
Smart.
We need more kids.
100%.
Okay. All right. You got how are we doing on time? You got another one you want to hit up here?
We got a couple.
Which one do you want to hit?
Fed drops rates. I mean, come on. We got to talk about Fed drops rates.
Great
Fed drops
news.
rates. Huge news. We got a 25 basis points cut this week. We got it Wednesday. Huge. We're starting to drop a little bit. That's coming right before Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Does the consumer feel better as a result? Do you think? Do you think so?
Got to. I mean, anytime like rates go down, happiness goes up. Like,
okay.
Money's free flowing, and I feel like I've got hope for the future. Isn't that the case? I mean, maybe I'm just my memory is too short-sighted, but I remember back in 2020 and during the COVID times, whenever we had, sub 3% rates, everybody's happy. I mean, D2C brands are raising money, and, it's like money's flowing, everything's cheap, everybody's happy. And then, housing prices are going through the roof. If you own a home, you're really happy about that. I mean, rates go down, happiness goes up. That's how life works. In my estimation. Is that too simple?
I feel like you're correct. Rates go down, cash becomes cheaper, so more cash throws into the marketplace. Cash jumps out of high yield savings accounts because rates are lower now, and it starts getting more frothy into other investments.
Frothy.
I don't think we're at the frothy yet.
Not enough froth yet.
But I don't know. I mean, I just don't know because the reason they dropped the rates, the reasoning behind it was because of a soft jobs market. So
now we're kind of back to like AI ruining our whole society again.
Yeah. So it's like
Great.
Cool. We just got a rate cut. That's awesome. I want another 50. I want another 50 basis points. But like the reasoning was because of bad jobs market. And so then it's like, is the consumer pumped? Is this going to affect Black Friday, Cyber Monday? I don't know.
Can I ask a more basic question?
Yeah.
This whole basis points thing, when you say that, I mean, to me, bro, you are very fancy. When you say the word basis points, you're like the guy in that meme who's like swirling the wine,
Full bips.
We're down 25 basis points this week.
Yeah.
Like laughing with the lizard people. I love that usage. I just from outside looking in, I don't know if I could use that word because when I see 20, what I really think is like, oh yeah, we're down like 0.25%. That's what I think in my head. But it's the same thing, right?
Same exact thing.
Or is it not? It sounds cooler to say basis points.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So can we come down more, or if we come down more now, it's a bad thing because it's everybody's losing their jobs, more soft jobs. Now we need to give them more free money. I mean, what do you think? What do you think happens?
Well, yeah, and then at the tail end of the Fed meeting, Powell was like, "We don't know if a basis points cut is going to happen in December." So then the market hated that because then he was signaling the fact that like we're not cutting any more rates in this year, which the market doesn't like.
They want more bips.
Yeah, but they did say, and we talked about this previously, that they're going to stop quantitative tightening. So
I don't know what that means.
Got you.
Explain that to me.
So like quantitative tightening is when they stop buying up, they stop using the liquidity of the Fed to buy up assets in the marketplace. So quantitative tightening is when they stop doing that. So they're stopping basically them deploying capital to help the markets move a little bit faster, giving the lubrication to the markets because they're easing things out. Yeah. So they're stopping the tightening December 1st, which is sick.
Is that good?
That's great because then I
thought it was bad.
No, it's great because they're stopping the tightening.
Oh.
So there's quantitative easing and there's quantitative tightening. So the quantitative
those are different.
Easing is when they put more liquidity into the marketplace.
Okay.
Tightening is when they take out liquidity.
I see.
So they're stopping the tightening December 1st, which means more liquidity is going to go into the marketplace come December 1st.
Okay, so we're going from the easing. No. We're going from the tightening to the easing.
I don't think we're going like full easing, but we're going to stop basically the valve shut off.
It's a little ease.
A little ease. Half ease. Half ease. So
I still really don't know what it means, but we're going to go from like not helping you at all to we're going to stop not helping you at all is what it sounds like.
Basically, more free capital and cash is going into the marketplace. So if you pair that on December 1st with a Fed rate cut also in December, some bips.
With a little bit of bips.
Some bips. So you just basically flooded the market with more capital. Then right out of that, you made the capital cheaper to borrow.
Come on.
Let's get crazy.
Give me.
Let's get crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. Let's get frothy.
December.
That sounds Frothmeister 3000.
That sounds frothy. That sounds
Give me
frothy.
froth.
Exactly.
Well, I like that. I mean, that sounds good. Do you think, does El Presidente like that? Is that what he wants?
For sure.
He wants that. He wants that froth. Give me the
100%.
froth.
Yeah.
He's been calling for Powell to cut that thing. He's like, give me some cuts.
Yeah, we need some cuts.
Okay. So, that all sounds positive to me. And I'm an expert on these things.
For sure.
So,
yeah. No, but ideally, this makes it easier for the consumer. Like, the whole point of all of this is that it is easier for the consumer and they feel better about everything. And, like, ideally, these interest rates keep going down. You can refinance the house. You can refinance the loans.
Yeah.
You can borrow at cheaper capital to go pick up that house or pick up an Airbnb or something like that. Like, start to actually do some investing and get things under your belt a little bit more.
Buy that place out in the country.
100%. The homestead.
A little homesteading.
The homestead.
Get some
action.
sheep.
Sheep huge.
Drink
some goats.
Drink some goat milk.
Goat milk.
Get
goats
the
will clean up
kids
your grass.
Outside. No internet. No phone. Just sunshine.
Exactly.
Sunshine and vitamin D.
That's it.
Well, that sounds good. I'm here for the froth.
We need it.
And I'm here for the ending of the quantitative tightening.
There you go.
And
Boom.
a few bips. Give me some bips. Give me some more basis points. China trade deal looks pretty good.
Yep.
Man, that seems positive. Candidly, I have wanted to launch a brand for some time. And I just keep waiting I'm not buying any product and I'm not launching anything because it just sounds so expensive. I don't know how anybody has survived, basically. And I know all my friends are struggling. They make anything in China, it's rough. It's rough. I hope this thing gets healed. I don't know. I think I know we need to make more in America. That's great. E-com kind of doesn't work that way that much. You gotta get stuff made in China or somebody
else.
China's making it for you in some other country that's not China.
Taiwan.
So I hope it all gets smoothed out and worked out and everybody can keep selling stuff online.
Yeah. That's the goal is like we had that blip earlier this year where there was that tightening on all the tariffs on all the consumer brands and it got really scary.
Rough.
Like there were so the issue is like we haven't seen that fully bake out for the biggest time for brands. Like the Super Bowl of brands.
That's a good point.
Like we have not ended the fiscal quarter yet. Where like if brands don't absolutely crush it in November, December, and they're still feeling the headache of that earlier tariff hit on them,
no bueno.
We could be in a bad spot.
That'd be bad.
We can be in a bad spot, especially if they didn't properly account for inventory. Even worse if brands over accounted for inventory and ordered way too much because they were afraid, and they're not selling through because of a weak consumer market. You're talking about rough stuff down the pipe.
Yeah, this kind of like gets into you see everybody talking on Twitter about how like D2C is kind of built for like selling gummies. So it's like built for selling like really tiny things that you can ship and you can make them here and there and everybody's in that. Not everybody's in that game.
100%.
Wow, it's a great point. I guess I just haven't like kind of Google Earthed out and thought about it that much. But yeah, everybody needs to have a big win this quarter.
Has to be.
Otherwise, we're going to be in for a bloodbath.
January, for sure.
In January and February and March.
Yeah.
We need the deal to go through.
Yeah, we do.
And we need bips and we need froth. That way everybody can make a lot of money this quarter.
We need a lot of money in this quarter for everybody. And like you were saying, like, I think what's happening too with some of these brands is you're starting to see like what brands really, really work for D2C and what brands just do not work for D2C.
Yeah.
A great example, Rhode.
Yeah.
That is a built for D2C business.
Yeah, it's like this big, right? I mean, that lip
Perfect.
gloss, it goes in your phone and it's like that big.
It's so good. You're getting lower CPCs than the entire market because you're using an influencer.
Yeah.
You can scale almost infinitely because of the amount of creative you're running with influencer stuff. Like, it is almost, that is a perfect D2C brand. And you saw what happened. Like, they got an exit.
It makes me believe the common wisdom that comes forth, or maybe I should say uncommon wisdom, that our friend Taylor Holiday has said repeatedly as of late, that if you're starting a D2C brand now, well, number one, he wouldn't. But number two, what he said is if you're going to, you need an unfair advantage.
100%.
And Meta, having some ads and, scaling up Meta, not what it used to be. It's not, it's 2025, not 2017 and not 2015, etc. So I guess the point is like that unfair advantage for Rhode. It's Hailey Bieber, cheap CPMs, all of the things, the shipping, how cheap it is. If you're selling gummies that you can make in the United States, if you're Groons, I don't know where Groons makes their stuff, but let's just say they made it in the United States. It's small, it's tiny, you can ship it for nothing. That's great. Probably sell it for a lot too because of how much benefit the customer's getting, and it kind of fits in the wellness category. Maybe if you're shipping boots, maybe it's a little harder. If you're shipping
100%.
cowboy boots, man, maybe that's a little tougher.
It's so hard because that is also like it's a one-time purchase. So backing into LTV off of a pair of boots, where like a beauty makeup, or like, I know you're going to run out of this.
Yeah.
You're going to have to buy it every 2 months or 3 months. Like that cash conversion cycle and the LTV of the customer is so predictable, where you get into that great little groove of like, the metrics just start basically going out and to the right because you know exactly how the customer is going to play out.
Hey, speaking of boots, can I just show you something?
Nice.
This is from our friend Will Roman at Chisos. Have you ever
Nice.
met Will? Do you know
No.
Will? Bro, this guy makes incredible boots, man. If you look over here, you can see that these are the Chisos Mountains in West Texas. That's what that is at the bottom. And then he's got this big, gorgeous sun design in here. And then he's got the moon on the back. And this whole deal, there's the state of Texas in the heel. This whole thing is like just this side of being totally bespoke.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's so nice. This is the nicest boots I've ever owned.
They're incredible.
Roman does a good job. And despite boots being expensive to send, my man sells many boots. Okay.
That's incredible.
Well, here's to everyone having an awesome Q4 and making
100%.
all of the monies that are out there to be made. Hey, can we look at one or two more? Oh, we're at time.
100%. Let's
got
keep
time
going.
for one more?
Let's do it.
Two more?
Let's do it.
3 more? I'm kidding. Okay, I find this to be so interesting, and it's Whatnot. Have you seen Whatnot?
This raise that they just had?
Yes. Whatnot, which I first discovered when Gary Vee was talking about it. You know how Gary Vee's always like the king of sweat, energy, do the thing, do it, go, do. That's what I get from Gary Vee. It's like, post the thing, make the content, go.
Yeah.
And Whatnot is just live selling. It's like, I downloaded it. He was talking about it. It's continual feeds of people live selling. And you know what they're selling, bro? They're selling like, a lot of times in my mind, I personally, some of the stuff I would just kind of categorize as like junk. It's like stuff I'm not just like not interested in, but actually it's very smart And I know that there are people who are raking it in doing this, like people who like to go thrifting. They got a ton of this stuff and they're literally just showing them one by one. It's like, look at this vintage Nirvana tee from 1995. And look, and then I just got this Polo Ralph Lauren. It's a size XL. They're literally selling online continually, like for 8 hours. I know there's this one guy who's doing 7 figures a year and he just buys pallets of stuff and then he shows it and talks about it. And then people buy it right there. And then he goes to the next one. It's what he does all day, every day. Does it for like several hours every day. He does 7 figures a year doing this.
How many hours actually does he do it every day?
Bro, several hours every day.
Like 5 hours?
I think so. I mean,
fully live?
Yeah, bro, it's live. Everything is live. Everything is live selling on Whatnot.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So they just raised $265 million, got a $5 billion valuation, which is crazy. Alongside that, Twitch just did this thing with live shopping as well. Did you hear about this?
I didn't hear about the Twitch thing.
Okay, Twitch just launched a live shopping feature in partnership with ELF, however you say it, cosmetics that just bought Rhode, and it's all powered by Amazon ads. So, I know that live shopping's been big in Asia for a long time. For whatever reason, it hasn't really taken hold here. I don't know why the West hasn't liked live shopping that much, but methinks the tide is here. The wave is here, and it's time to, obviously TikTok shop. Everybody loves, the live shopping. It's like QVC 2.0.
Yep.
Whatnot, big raise. Twitch is getting into it now. It seems like, and also everybody's getting fired because AI is taking over. It's like we all need to get on these. We all need to start live selling something.
I'm down.
I'm down. I actually really do want to get good at live selling on these things. I've always wondered, what do I talk about for 8 hours? I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not sure what I talk about for 8 hours, but it seems like there's movement in motion here. Is that crazy? Or am I out of left field, or do you think that's the case?
That feels right. I think you nailed it. Nail on the head with QVC 2.0. Like QVC has to move somewhere for the younger generation.
Yeah.
So it can be in the form of that TikTok shop experience, live shopping. Like, you've seen it. Those like booth build outs that brands do.
It's cool.
Crazy. It's cool. But it's like, dang, that's a whole.
You're taking it serious.
You're building for the world and how the consumer is going to actually ingest that video content, which I thought is genius. Like, I would love you go one more layer onto that. I'd love to own a space that is all of those, Well, all the booths.
That's a great idea.
I'd love to own that space. I don't want to own a TikTok brand. I'll own the real estate that they're selling out all the booths on, and I'll spin up 12 booths.
Now we're talking. And we'll do that in Charlotte, or will we do that in Austin? Where will we?
There's probably more brands in Austin, let's be honest here.
Come on back my way. This is I feel like the lights are coming on here now as we're talking. The lights are going off for me.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to set up a space here in Austin, NYC, LA, maybe Miami, I don't know. But they need to set up dedicated space for live selling and make it easy for people to get in there and just different brands come in and do the thing. And then you've got your own little army of live sellers who are consistently all day, every day live selling while they're there. And I know
100%.
that sounds like a sweatshop, but make it not sweatshop.
Yeah.
Live selling all the time.
100%.
Man, this seems like the future.
Yeah.
Seems like
100%.
the now.
You could have people go in and like, what a cool college job that would be to put on your resume.
That's a great point.
Like, dude, intern. And then you just have interns cycling in and out of there where you're like, this is going to be the coolest experience you've had. You're going to get direct feedback on how you're selling because guess what? People are commenting. And so you better have some thick skin.
That's a great point.
Like, and then your resume is basically public where you're like, I live sold for goalie for 4 months and drove, $5 million from my live selling. You're like, yo, that's a seller. That's a closer right there. I need one of those.
That is crazy. The more that we talk about this, the more of a genius idea I think this is. You know, it's like everybody, like in college, like the big thing is, and to be honest, the way to make a giant, large sum of wealth for yourself is like to do the really sticky, sweaty, hard thing of like going out and knocking on doors and selling. If like you
Yeah.
can master that and do that well, you know, there's always like college age guys who are coming by, and I'm like, no, get out of here. Like, I don't want to talk to you. Get away from me. But if you can get in there and you can sell, you can make a few dollars for yourself. And
100%.
you take those skills forward, and then obviously you're selling bigger ticket things, and you know, people they make their way in sales. This is like a whole new way to do that everywhere all the time. Getting on your phone, having the thing, instead of like going and knocking on people's doors, you're going and you're knocking on their algo. You're knocking
Yeah.
on their feed. It's like, hey, here I am. Here's the thing. I'm talking about it. I'm doing the thing. That is probably incredibly valuable.
So
What a skill that would be to develop.
So flip that on its side where you go from the creator standpoint and say you are the creator and you drove a ton of money for Goalie for the last 3 months.
Yeah.
You have all those metrics. Now you become business owner sales guy where you go out to brands and you're like, hey, on Tuesdays, I want to sell just for your brand. On Wednesdays, I'm going to sell for another brand. On Thursdays, I'm going to sell for another brand.
And then smart.
You could basically build up this roster of brands so you're diversified out, so you don't actually like aren't fully invested in this one brand succeeding. You take a little bit of rip off the commission for all the stuff you sold, and it's on you. And then it's up to like you on which brands you want to work with and what you're really good at selling. And you could just build that out like in your own house or apartment where you have your little corner of you just cooking.
This is really compelling.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is like, makes me wonder, you know, like you can live stream on several platforms at one time. I wonder if you can live sell on several platforms at one time.
Just go live on all of them.
Yeah. Can you go live on Whatnot and TikTok?
Yeah.
And
like
maybe not Twitch, but
like who's going to be the Sham Wow or the Billy Mays of Whatnot?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That guy's going to make a lot of money.
Man, why?
Because brands are going to go after him.
Why not us and why not now? You know, the Sham Wow guy, did he have a beard? Somebody had a beard.
Billy Mays had a beard. Sham Wow was clean shaven guy.
Sham Wow was clean shaven.
Yeah.
Billy Mays. Yeah, Billy Mays had a beard.
Always the beard.
Man, could I be the Southern millennial version of Billy Mays? It's really something.
For sure.
What a guy.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, late at night, I loved watching these. Of course, there was nothing else on.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to watch.
Yeah.
But growing up, I loved watching these things. And the longer I watched them, the more convinced I was like, this is an incredible deal.
Do you know what product always sold me on was you ever saw the cakes where they were selling you the cake molds where you could put ice cream in the cake?
I never saw them.
It was always 2 molds, and they were like, first you're going to make your cake on this mold, and then there's going to be a section for the ice cream on the inside. Yes. And I was like, this is awesome. It's $20.
That's what was crazy to me is like they're like building it. You know, buildings. Wow. And then there's like several layers and you're going to get the free cleaner and you're going to get the free doily.
Yeah.
That you attach to your keys. And you're going to get the travel version too, Bob. And then they get there to the end and it's like, and this should cost $397, but for today only, you get it for $19.99. And it's like, wow! How do I get all of that for less than $20?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Or 5 payments of $997. You know,
that was
like something random like that.
Yeah.
Well, if AI is going to eat all of our jobs, maybe we should become live sellers.
I'll be ready.
I would really like to become like a top tier live seller.
It would be cool for like, you do it for like really cool brands. Like you're the top seller for like Yeti.
Wouldn't that be sick?
It'd be sweet. Cause then also like, they're going to swag you out with stuff.
Yeah.
Where like, or Buffalo Jackson. I love Buffalo Jackson. Like Buffalo Jackson just swags you out with a bunch of stuff and you're like, I'm selling for all the brands I already love. They're giving me free stuff. I get a commission off of all the stuff I'm already selling.
What are we doing? Why
And
are
I
we
can
on this
basically
podcast?
build my own schedule too.
That's really something.
Yeah.
Everybody
cool.
needs to. We need to become live sellers. Everybody
We
needs
need
to
to.
become a live seller.
Yeah. We got to get our setup right.
We got to get our setup right.
Yeah.
I tried to set this up, and I think I did an okay job, but I need like a table. We need to like study. We should talk to Brian Bloom. Brian
Yeah.
Bloom? Brian Bloom.
Yep.
Blum or Bloom?
I think Bloom.
Is it Bloom? I like Brian.
Yeah. Brian's a smart guy.
At Studio. I don't know if it's Blum or it's Bloom, but I like Brian.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to see him this week, but then I didn't. But I'm going to talk with him about this because I think this is really smart. And I know he does a lot with TikTok Shop.
There you go.
Okay. Should we wrap it there?
Let's wrap it.
Let's
That
wrap
was
it.
good.
Colin, great to talk. We'll do it again soon.
Absolutely. All the time.
Thank you, sir.
For sure.